Before we get into this video, I'm going to give a content warning. The subject that will be discussed is about sexual assault and other topics that may cause distress, so caution is to be advised. At the end of March, CNN released an article that has been getting traction all across the internet, Rape Academy. This video will analyze whether it's real or just a myth and why would anyone make or join this. Okay, first things first, let's get this out of the way. This is not a academy, okay? This isn't like Andrew Tate's Hustlers University. This doesn't mean the article is all crap, however. The CNN article does sensationalize a bit, but honestly, a majority of the content in this article is like straight up horror movie material. The article starts off describing a bunch of sexual assault victims with perpetrators being influenced by an online chat room called Without Her Knowledge, which gave her a lead to another adult media called Motherless.com that had a genre of adult media called Sleep. Now, the reason this matters is Motherless is specifically not an adult media site in the sense we understand it. It actually is a file sharing site for adult media, which means it is decentralized and anyone can upload anything with dubious legality. If you need an older example, think of it as 2010 4chan. So basically, if a tumor had the ability to make a website. Around 62 million people visit the site each month. This 62 million number comes from the amount of people that visit the site and not the amount that search up that specific category of adult media. So contrary to the article, there aren't actually 62 million rapists. Now, how many people go to this website just to look up sleep content? I have no idea. But it's safe to say that it's probably not 62 million. Anyway, after investigating more about the site and the sleep category, the reporter was actually invited to another, you can guess, online chat room from the people of the sleep category, in which the people here are actual rapists, in the sense that they would share media of themselves drugging their wives and having intercourse with them, going as far as giving other people in the chat room tips such as what drugs to use and how to dose them properly. If you think that sounds bad, it actually gets worse. Some of the people in the chat room would live stream themselves and get donations directing them. That's the gist of the article. They do interview specific victims, which I can't get into because honestly, it's really heavy stuff. In addition, we need to get into the why. So why is it that these terrible group chats are so persuasive, especially in 2025? Because this isn't the only terrible group chat that has been leaked this year. Look at the Young Republicans group chat that got released talking about and promoting white supremacy and misogyny. There are two reasons, both societal. Nowadays, men are just relationship stars, and not in the sense of the romantic. I mean, they are, but that isn't it, just human connection-wise. The CNN article attempted to shed some light on this phenomenon by interviewing Claire McGlynn, a law professor at Britain's Durham University. Claire said, within these sites, there's a sense of brotherhood, and we see that in practice, more or less. The group chat is a bunch of men that do reprehensible things and get encouraged for it, either directly by the people in the group chat hyping you up, or psychologically just having that sense of brotherhood associated with that activity. When you read these types of stories of terrible groups, frats, Hustlers University, and cults, you need to keep in mind, it isn't just the activity itself. It's the sense of society that is provided to a bunch of social outcasts. However, we're in a catch-22 in which if we morally harass them, then it'll just push them closer to the group, but it's a hard ask to let these people back in. And I'm not talking about the people that drug people. We have jail for people like that. I'm talking about milder things, like if they think Andrew Tate is based and that consent isn't that important and the vaccines are dangerous. Because I don't know about you, but if I met someone and they're like, yeah, bro, Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan, they're just so smart, man. I think they can truly see through mainstream media. And what's the big deal with consent? I would be like, this guy's actually stupid. Like, stay away from me. So honestly, the solution can't be grassroots. I mean, it helps, but we need leaders in society to set an example of good behavior. And yikes. Now we see the answer to the question. Okay, currently, we just have leaders that will play defense for any morally reprehensible thing in the US. It has been reported that you touch kids in CIA files that have been declassified. No problem, King. We will still vote for you. Your anti-Semitic and white supremacy group chat gets leaked. No problem. Just get the Vice President of the United States to play cover for you. Fascism is on the rise? Could it be because you, Clarence Thomas, a Supreme Court judge, gives Donald Trump ultimate power, which sets a precedent that if you break the law, you get away with it? Nah, just blame progressivism. Okay, so you guys get the theme here right now. A good portion of people just don't care about behavior like this, which permeates into the leaders we elect. And I know people like to say you can't blame the electorate, but yeah, you can. When voters see all these situations and think to themselves, yeah, I'll still vote for this guy, or be like, Kamala would have been worse, how could we even change this type of behavior? Besides making sure we vote harder than them, but hey, I guess both parties are the same. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please subscribe.